Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. It is going to be our featured game tonight between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants, Oracle Park in San Francisco. And first of all, we're going to give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Arizona. Leading off and playing shortstop is number 2, Geraldo Perdomo. Batting second at second base is number 4, Ketel Marte. Hitting third and left field is number 7, Corbin Carroll. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 53, Christian Walker. Batting in the 5 spot and doing the designated hitting is number 12, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Batting sixth in right field is number 31, Jake McCarthy. Hitting seventh at third base is number 15, Emmanuel Rivera. Batting eighth and in center field is number 5, Alek Thomas. And batting ninth, doing the catching is number 11, Jose Herrera. And they are going to be facing the right-hander in Jacob Junis. Takes to the hill with a 3-3 record. He's worked 56 and a third innings. He's allowed 66 hits. He's walked 17 and struck out 66, and he's got an ERA of 4.79. And now your starting lineups for the home team from San Francisco. Leading off and playing first base is number 31, Lamont Wade Jr. Batting second in right field is number 8, Michael Conforto. In the 3 spot and playing third base is number 41, Wilmer Flores. The cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 23, Jock Peterson. Batting fifth in left field is number 2, Blake Sable. Hitting in the 6th spot and doing the catching is number 14, Patrick Bailey. Batting seventh playing shortstop is number 35, Brandon Crawford. Batting eighth at second base is number 10, Isan Diaz. And batting ninth in center field is number 29, Luis Matos. And they are going to be facing Ryan Nelson, who has a 6-5 record on the year. He's worked 112 and a third innings. He's given up 125 hits. He's walked 33 and struck out 74, and he's got an ERA of 4.97. Well, Junis has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway as Perdomo is striding to the plate. It is still a sunshine in the Bay Area. It's not a full house for this one. Lots of empty seats. So Perdomo will step to the plate facing right-hander Junis. For Perdomo, he's batting .279 on the season. He's got 5 homers and 37 runs batted in. The switch hitting shortstop, hitting from the left side, takes a first pitch fastball outside for ball 1, and we are underway at 6:46 Pacific time. Junis working into the windup. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. The count goes even to 1-1. We welcome our friend Shotgun Shell to the stream tonight as he is in the house, as is Steve Rademacher. We welcome both of those to the stream. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Perdomo. They are playing the left-handed hitting Perdomo and shading him to the pole side. The shortstop, Brandon Crawford, is almost at the bag at second base. The third baseman for the Giants is off the line, and there's a fastball swung on. Missed ball is lined into the right field corner. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble. And it's just going to hook foul as Michael Conforto goes in to make the play, and that ball just missed. We lose it just there and in the corner. But that is going to be a foul ball. Keep the count at 1-2 to Perdomo. The umpires for tonight's game, working from home plate, is Dan Isanya. The first base umpire is John Bacon. It is at second base, it's Gabe Morales. The third base umpire is Adam Beck. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to the right side as Isan Diaz moves into the 4-hole to field it. He makes the play and throws to first. That's going to retire Perdomo on a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 Diamondback up and 1 Diamondback down, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Ketel Marte. And the first pitch delivered to Marte is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Marte batting .296 on the season, 7 homers and 55 RBIs. He swings at a changeup, and he rolls it softly over to second, fielded neatly by Diaz, who throws to first. And Marte is retired the same way as Perdomo. Ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Corbin Carroll. 3 switch hitters in the Diamondback lineup tonight: Perdomo, Marte, and at the bottom of the order, Jose Herrera. So it gives them some options when having to substitute late in the game. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Carroll. I have to say the home plate umpire tonight, Diamondbacks, is not been friendly to the K zone. There's a changeup that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. But it is early in the game, so of course the teams will start to sort out his zone as well. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1 on Carroll. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Judas rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count goes to 2-2 on Carroll. Corbin Carroll enjoying himself a fine rookie season. Obviously one of the major or main candidates for Rookie of the Year. With that 21 homers and 32 stolen bases, it's going to be tough to topple him off. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Junis delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. We've watched a lot of Major League Baseball games, just haven't called any this year, but the pace of play and the way in which the pitchers have to work a little bit quicker certainly makes the game a little bit more interesting. There's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner. Junis started to make his way to the home dugout. Has to make his way back to the mound as that he did not get the call from the home plate umpire, Dan Iasanya. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the righty delivers. It's a fastball swung on and is dropped by the catcher Bailey. It's in front of the plate. He has to hurry. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Carroll on a strikeout 2-3 to end the inning. So for the Diamondbacks in their half of the first, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through half inning. It is the Diamondbacks, no score, and the Giants coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call the bottom of the first inning when we return after a little bit of this and a whole lot of that.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Giants in their half of the inning. As we mentioned in the top half, there were 3 switch hitters in the Diamondback lineup. The only switch hitter for the Giants is the catcher, Patrick Bailey. So it'll be Lamont Wade Jr., Michael Conforto, and Wilmer Flores to get things going. Defensively tonight for the D-backs, from left to right field in the outfield, it is going to be Corbin Carroll in left. The center fielder is Alec Thomas, and in right field, it is Jake McCarthy. Around the horn from first to third, it is Christian Walker at first, Ketel Marte at second, Geraldo Perdomo at short, and Emmanuel Rivera at third with the battery of Nelson and Herrera. Here comes the first offering from the right-hander, who delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Our friend Titus is in the house tonight. We welcome him to the stream, of course, from the land of the rising sun. So no balls and 1 strike to Wade. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. Of course, Steve Rademacher popping his head in here as well. They do have Perdomo almost straight over the bag at second base. The third baseman for the Diamondbacks, Rivera, is well off the bag. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. Moving back on it is the second baseman, Marte. But coming in and making the catch is McCarthy, and that's going to retire Lamont Wade Jr. for the first out of the inning. So 1 Giant up and 1 Giant down. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Michael Conforto. Well, for Conforto, he's batting .241 on the season. He's got 13 homers and 52 runs driven in. He bats from the left side here against the right-hander Nelson, who kicks and delivers A 95-mile-an-hour fastball that misses off the outside corner for ball one. It's 1-0 to Conforto. Conforto hitting from the left side here. Waiting on the offering from the right-hander. And there's a changeup that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a couple of programming notes. We'll be back on the airwaves for these same 2 teams again tomorrow and Wednesday. As the right-hander Nelson delivers, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Conforto. On Thursday, we'll bounce over and do the Mariners and the Angels. We're anticipating Ohtani on Thursday. And then it'll be the weekend, and it'll be the Japanese ball for us, as it will be the Fighters and the Hawks for both the Saturday and Sunday Japan games, or Friday and Saturday in North America. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in on it is Carroll. He's got time and space, and he makes the grab. And with 2 batters up, there are 2 batters down here for the Giants in their half of the first. It's going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Wilmer Flores. Well, for Flores on the season, he's enjoying a solid season. He's batting .300. He's got 13 homers to go with 34 runs driven in. He's batting from the right side against the right-handed throwing Nelson, who delivers a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Flores, of course, began his career with the New York Mets organization and has subsequently found a second home in San Fran. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Flores now a longtime veteran of Major League Baseball. He has just over 9 years of service time as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball at 96, swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2. Flores, 21-year-old rookie with the New York Mets way back in 2013. He spent 6 years in that organization, had a tour with the Diamondbacks for a year. Now he's enjoying his 4th year with the San Francisco Giants. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Flores, a native of Venezuela, waits here on the offering from the right-hander, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball again that misses down and away. Herrera unable to handle it as the ball trickles away, and the count now is full at 3-2. He is signed through the 2024 season. He inked a 2-year deal worth $13 million in the offseason, did Flores. And there's also a team option for 25. And I think that the way he's been playing, that could be exercised. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to deep center field, giving chase back on the wall. Leaping up and making the grab is Alek Thomas up against the wall. And that is going to do it here for the Giants in their half of the first inning. Well, Wilmer Flores sent it to the deepest part of the ballpark, and Alek Thomas leaps to make the grab at the wall to bring it back. And that is going to do it here for the Giants in their half of the first inning. There was no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There were no errors, and there were nobody left aboard. The score at the end of 1. It is the Diamondbacks nothing and the Giants nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the call at the top of the second inning after this. What a great play by Alek Thomas.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
That's right, everybody. Make sure you go check out Steve Rademacher. Whether you listen live or on delay, he has always got all kinds of crazy, entertaining things. It was Money Monday today. We haven't seen one of those in a while, but I was able to check it out. And he's got Takeover Tuesday shaping up tomorrow night when his brother takes over the channel. That's Steve Rademacher when you get a chance. Well, coming up for the Diamondbacks in their half of the second inning, it'll be the heart of the order. It'll be Christian Walker, Lourdes Gurriel, and Jake McCarthy to face the right-hander Junis. Defensively tonight for the San Francisco Giants, from left to right field as the first pitch is delivered, it's a fastball swung on, and this ball is crushed foul just down the left field line. It's going to get into the seats, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Walker. Walker sent that one a distance. Defensively tonight for the Giants, from left to right field, it is Blake Sable in left. The center fielder tonight is Luis Matos, and in right field it is Michael Conforto. There's a fastball swung on. This is grounded over to the shortstop, over to first, and that is going to do it, as Walker is going to be out at first base for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Lourdes Gurriel. Well, for Gurriel on the season, he's batting .246. He's got 15 homers and 56 runs batted in. And he first pitches a breaking ball that catches the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Of course, Gurriel and catcher Gabriel Moreno, who is not in the lineup tonight. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded right back off the pitcher, Junis. It deflects over to first, and reaching safely is Gurriel. So Junis is going to need a moment here, as that one ricocheted right off his knee over toward first base, where the first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr., fielded the ball. That is going to be a base hit for Gurriel Jr., a single here. We're going to see, it looked like it was just below the kneecap, right on the shin. We'll get another look at this from the side angle as it came down. Oh, he's very, very fortunate. Very fortunate. I remember years ago taking one off the kneecap in a very similar situation, and then it never responded properly for a long time. And that is certainly a Junis. Very fortunate to get it just below the kneecap. I'm sure there's going to be a contusion or a welt. He's going to get a couple of warm-up tosses as Gabe Kapler and the trainer are out to have a look at him. So we'll see how he is here. It is on the push leg, so we'll take a look. And obviously he's not throwing strikes out of this, so he must be okay, because he hasn't been throwing a lot of strikes early on here in this one. So he gets a couple of tosses. The trainer comes up to talk to him. He says he's okay. He says he's ready to go. The trainer's still looking at him, asking where he got hit, just below the knee. Make a decision, fellas, because I think we're ready to go. Junis looks like he's ready, and we're ready too. So he says yes. The trainer says, yeah, he's confident. We're going to carry on. So the runner at first is Gurriel. That's going to bring Jake McCarthy to the dish. For McCarthy, he's batting .256 with a couple of homers and 14 runs driven in. Runner at first, obviously, Gurriel, after that base hit off the knee of Junis. There's a first pitch fastball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1 to McCarthy. McCarthy had a brother who actually played in the NPB last year, Joe. Last time I checked on Joe, he was with the Texas Ranger organization this year. He spent some time with the Oryx Buffaloes. Did not necessarily light it up for them. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-1. Although the Oryx Buffaloes were the champions of the NPB last year, McCarthy, his brother, did not play a major role in that doing in the playoffs. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. Matongu got the ball to run with in the playoffs at first base, and he never let it go. They do have a shift on here for McCarthy as well. It is different because you have to have the balanced infield, but Crawford is almost right over the bag at second base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander Junis delivers, it is a fastball swung on and missed. And McCarthy goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Emmanuel Rivera. Well, for Rivera on the season, he's hitting .291. He's got 4 homers and 23 runs batted in. They have to make sure they keep an eye on Patrick Bailey. He is one of the best at releasing the ball, throwing the ball down to second base. Here comes the first pitch from Junis. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. One of the tops in the game is young Patrick Bailey. So 1 ball and no strikes here to Rivera. As he waggles the bat, waiting on the offering from the right-hander Junis. And there is a breaking ball that is delivered and swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Rivera. Runner at first, Gurriel Jr., 2 down here in the second inning. Score is 0-0. Nobody here has punched one across yet. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Rivera didn't go, and that's going to run the count now to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We got to look at the replay, and oh boy, you can see why the Giants appealed down. Here comes the 2-1. There's a breaking ball that just misses inside. The count now goes to 3-1 on Rivera. So Jacob Junis has got a lot of late life on his pitch. That's the one thing you have to like. He doesn't throw as hard as he used to. He's really only got it up above 90 miles an hour a couple of times. There's an 83 mile an hour breaking ball that just catches the inside corner. The count now goes full to Rivera. But with this pitch here, it means the runner is going to be off and racing, as there's 3-2 and 3-2 on the hitter and 2 gone. Here comes the full count pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. Rivera down on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Junis, and that's going to do it here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 1.5. Your score is the Giants nothing and the Diamondbacks nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the second inning when we return in just a couple moments after this. It's the Diamondbacks and the Giants. We'll be back for the bottom of the second in just a moment. Hang tight, everyone.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the order to come to bat for the Giants in their half of the second. That means Jock Peterson, Blake Sable, and Patrick Bailey to face the right-hander Ryan Nelson, who begin his second inning of work. A nice evening in San Francisco, but it is looking like it's going to be a bit brisk in terms of temperature. The sun is starting to go down. And with that being said, that's where it starts to get a little cool. You can see some of the fans that are in attendance are already starting to bundle up. So Ryan Nelson ready to get things going. He kicks and delivers a first pitch breaking ball that misses down and into Peterson for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Already a left-hander up in the bullpen, and that is Alex Wood. So that's not a good sign for the starter Junis. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. For Peterson on the year, he's hitting .245, 11 homers and 37 runs batted in. I wonder if they'll take him out for precautionary reasons. The way that Wood is pitching, it looks like he's going to be coming into the ballgame. There's a changeup that floats in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Peterson. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander ready to go back to work. As Nelson kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on it, is popped up into shallow right field. Moving back on it is Marte. He's battling the wind, and he's going to be underneath it. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Peterson for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Blake Sable. Well, for Sable on the season, he's batting .252. He's got 11 homers and 35 runs driven in. For Sable, he was originally drafted out of high school by the Cleveland Indian organization in 2016. There's a breaking ball that misses inside to him, and the count is 1-0. He was then redrafted out of the University of Southern California by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 7th round of the 2019 draft. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count goes even at 1-1 to Sable. Sable batting from the left side here again. Right-handed throwing Nelson. Slightly open stance. He's waggling the bat. Here comes the 1-1 offering. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field, and it's going to bloop just over the head of the third baseman, Emmanuel Rivera. That's going to be the first base runner of the night for the Giants. Sable is aboard with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey. So with Sable in the lineup and Patrick Bailey in the lineup, it is back-to-backies that the Giants are rolling out here this evening. Bailey, the switch hitter, batting from the left side, hitting .254 on the season with 5 homers and 31 RBIs. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Stopping at second is Sable, as that ball was cut off by Jake McCarthy, and it's back-to-back hits here for the Giants. They've got something brewing now here in their half of the second inning, and that's going to bring up the veteran shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Well, for Crawford, he's batting .212 on the season. He's got 5 homers to go with 26 runs batted in. Think about it. Just a couple of years ago, Crawford was absolutely outstanding. He finished 4th in MVP balloting in 2021. It looked like he was drinking from the fountain of youth. At 36 years old, it may be the swan song for the left-handed hitting shortstop. And he swings at the first pitch and he pops it up into shallow left field. Moving over is Corbin Carroll. He's got room and space, and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Crawford for the second out of the inning. So 2 away here, and that's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Isan Diaz. Well, for Isan Diaz, this is his 3rd game in a San Francisco Giant uniform. He spent his first 3 seasons at the big league level with the Miami Marlins. There was a lot expected from Diaz, but he never panned out with the Marlins. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. He is hunting for his first base hit of the year. He is 0 for 8. He has 4 strikeouts in those 8 at-bats. As the right-hander Nelson ready to go again. He checks the runner at second and delivers. That is a changeup that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Diaz. Had to wait there as Dan Iasania was a little late going up with the right hand. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Diaz. Diaz not known for his hitting. He has a lifetime 181 batting average. He was thought to be the second baseman in Florida before Jazz Chisholm came along. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is ripped foul down the right field line. Oh boy, you got the barrel head out on that one. And if that would have stayed fair, it would have been at least 1 run and maybe more depending on how it would have kicked around in the corner. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Diaz. Runner at second, Sable. The runner at first is Bailey. There is 2 gone here in the second inning. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Diaz. Nelson works to the set position, checks the runner at second, and now delivers. It is a changeup that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Luis Matos. Matos is another rookie in the lineup. 3 rookies they're sporting tonight. There is a changeup that just misses. That runs the count to 3-2. I think Dan Iasania is going to hear some words from these 2 dugouts tonight. That last pitch looked pretty darn good. If you're looking at the K zone, it looked like it got it. If you're looking at the side view, it looked like it got it. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and it's going to be ball 4, and Diaz is going to draw himself a walk to load the bases. That advances Sable to third and Bailey to second, and that is going to bring up Luis Matos. Well, for Matos tonight, he's batting .264. He's got a homer and 8 RBIs entering the contest. The 21-year-old native of Venezuela waits here on the offering, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Matos has 125 at-bats this year. One thing that Matos does do is he does put the ball in play. He's only got 14 strikeouts in those 125 at-bats. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lifted foul just behind the dugout over at first base. A man from Atherton, California is going to take that one home with him, as the count now is no balls and 2 strikes. So they got a new baseball for Nelson. He rubs it up. Matos steps back in the box, and we're ready to go back at it again. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It is grounded right up the middle to the second baseman, Marte, who casually flips it over to second. They are going to be able to retire the runner at second base, but that was way too casual. That's going to end up as a fielder's choice, as Isan Diaz was getting down the line in a big time. That's going to go down as a fielder's choice, 4-6 for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here in the second for the Giants. While they had no runs in the inning, there were 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 3 Giants left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the third inning. The score is the Diamondbacks 0 and the Giants 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with a call at the top of the third inning when we return right after this.
Hello guys, thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to go check him out. He's got all kinds of wild and crazy things. He's even a Milwaukee Brewer fan, but we won't hold that against him. Here comes the first pitch of the third inning. It's a breaking ball delivered to Alec Thomas, looking for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Thomas tonight is hitting .242. He's got 6 homers and 19 runs driven in. As the right-hander delivers a breaking ball that swung on its tap softly over to first. Montwade Jr. fields it, and he steps on the bag, and that's going to retire Thomas for the first out of the inning. It's going to go down into the books as a ground out to 3 for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Jose Herrera. Well, for Herrera, he's batting .227 on the season. He's got no homers and 6 RBIs. He's the third switch hitter in the batting order for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So Junis staying on the mound, so Alex Wood warming up is all for naught, as the first pitch is a fastball that just misses off the inside corner, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes to Herrera. They might as well just take the K-zone down, because none of the pitches seem to be agreeing with Dan Iasanya tonight. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Either that or they've got to shift the K-zone around. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on. It is popped up into shallow right field. Moving back and making the catch over the shoulder is Isan Diaz. And that is going to retire Herrera for the second out of the inning. As our friend Steve Rademacher has just provided us a super chat. He says, splurge and buy your mom a coffee in the morning. We appreciate Steve for doing that. We'll let mom know that coffee's on Steve. We thank you very kindly for doing it. As Steve is noted, we were talking earlier, as the folks are in town enjoying a little bit of these ball game that we're calling here tonight. There's a first pitch fastball that misses down to Geraldo Perdomo, and the count is quickly 1-0. Perdomo is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. As he rocks and delivers, there is a breaking ball taken for a strike, and the count is now 1-1 strike. Our friend Ron Duffney in the house tonight. We welcome you to the stream, Ron. Glad you could make it in. Here comes the one pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down to Perdomo, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Perdomo. Perdomo's average has now dropped to 278 on the season as he swings and hits a fastball, and one hop, it is taken by the third baseman, Wilmer Flores. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Perdomo on a ground out 5-3 for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Diamondbacks. They go down quickly here in the third. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is the San Francisco Giants 0 and the Arizona Diamondbacks 0. We'll be back, and we are doing great, Ron. We're glad you can make it in the house. We'll be back here in just a couple moments after this with all the action. Giants coming to bat when we return.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be moving to the last half of the third inning. It'll be the top of the order to come to bat for the Giants. That means it's going to be Lamont Wade Jr., Michael Conforto, and Wilmer Flores to try to get things going against the right-hander Ryan Nelson. As it is been a quick one thus far. Only 3 hits between the two ball clubs here as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Lots of pace in this one here. Both of these two teams fighting for a playoff spot as the Giants are in second place behind the Dodgers, with the Diamondbacks a couple games behind San Francisco. And the first pitch is delivered by Nelson. It is a fastball swung on, lifted into shallow left field. Coming in underneath it is the left fielder Corbin Carroll, and he makes the catch. And with one pitch, there's one away here in the third inning. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Michael Conforto. For those of you who are new to the stream, this is what we don't do regular, as that has been calling Major League Baseball games. We are going to be on the airwaves again late night for our Japanese stuff on the weekend, as the first pitch fastball is delivered to Michael Conforto, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It'll be Fighters and Hawks both Friday and Saturday night North American time, so hopefully if you're up late night, you can join us. There's a fastball swung on. It is on the fists. It popped up softly to the shortstop Perdomo. He camps out underneath it, and he makes the catch, and that's going to retire Conforto for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that is going to leave it all up to Wilmer Flores. So far, 7 of the 8 outs recorded have been in the air here off of Ryan Nelson. The first pitch is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Only the fielder's choice to end the second inning has been the only ball hit on the ground thus far. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes even at 1-1 to Flores. Nelson asks for a new baseball as they exchange the other one, so 1 ball and 1 strike. As he kicks and delivers, here's the pitch. It is a changeup that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Flores. We are going to continue on with this series. We'll do the Giants and the D-backs again tomorrow and on Wednesday. And we're anticipating an Ohtani start on Thursday, as we'll add the Angels and the Mariners to our schedule. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track is Carroll looking up, and this one is gone. It is down the tunnel. A home run for Wilmer Flores. That is going to open up the scoring in this one, as that ball was absolutely rocketed off the bat of Flores, 100 miles an hour on the exit speed. And it is now a 1-0 ball game here for San Fran in the third inning. This game needed a little bit of life. Ryan Nelson has been pretty decent today, but he left that heater up in the zone. Rocking back and just letting the hands go was Flores, and that ball rode right down the tunnel as a bunch of adoring fans went chasing after it. And that is now a 1-0 scoreline here for the Giants. And the first pitch delivered to Jock Peterson's a breaking ball that swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. Flores opening the scoring. That is his 14th home run of the year. Here's the pitch. It is a changeup that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Peterson. It was a great swing, really compact. Not a whole lot of movement. He just let her rip. Rode it right over the let's do it sign in left field. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 1-2 on Flores. Let's check that on Jock Peterson. Still have Flores on my mind. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving over to his right is the left fielder Corbin Carroll, and he makes the catch, and that is going to do it. Well, we got some scoring in this one here as the Giants open the scoring with a solo shot by Wilmer Flores. There was 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We're now through 3 complete innings. Your score is the Giants 1 and the Diamondbacks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 4th inning. It is a 1-0 scoreline for the Giants. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Diamondbacks. That means Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, and Christian Walker to try to get things going against Jacob Junis. Junis, of course, was hit with a comebacker in the 2nd inning, and he is able to stay in the game at this point. It was just below the right kneecap off the shin. He is going to be able to hang in here as well. So he will be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters as we resume the action. Oh, check that. He's actually out of the ball game now. It's going to be Alex Wood. I thought he was coming back in for number 4. And there's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 1-1 to Ketel Marte. So Alex Wood now into the ball game, replacing Junis. We thought for sure he would be coming back out for another one, but I guess that is probably more for precautionary than anything else. There's a breaking ball swung on it, has popped up in the infield. As all 3 fielders are converging on it, is going to be Brandon Crawford, who calls everybody off. And Marte is going to be gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 away. Wood's got a record of 5-4 on the season. He's got a 4.75 ERA. He's worked 60 2/3 innings. He's got 51 strikeouts, and he has allowed 30 walks. So Alex Wood, the lefty, and now in the ballgame. Here's the pitch. It is a changeup that misses up and in for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Corbin Carroll at the plate here struck out his first time tonight. He was retired on the putout 2-3 from the catcher. There's a ball swung on, his chop softly over to short, fielded by Crawford, who throws in between steps across the diamond, and that is going to retire Corbin Carroll. It's going to go into the books as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away here in the 4th inning. It's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Christian Walker. And the first pitch delivered to Walker is a fastball that misses down and away for ball 1. And the count is 1-0. Walker grounded out his first time up. But he had a foul ball that was missiled into the second level down the left field line. There's a fastball at 93 that pours in for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. Wood ready to go back to work again as he gets his sign from his catcher Bailey. And he kicks and delivers. Fastball at 93 that misses outside. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. A lot of movement from the pitcher Wood. It looks like his arms and his legs and his head are flailing all over the place. He works really, really quickly, and there's a changeup swung on. It's grounded up the middle. He avoids it, does the pitcher, fielded by the second baseman Diaz, who throws to first. That's going to retire Walker as he goes in the books on a ground out, 4-3 for out number 3. And that's going to do it here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 4th. It is the Giants 1 and the D-backs, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a couple moments with all the action. Appreciate those of you who have jumped into the channel, whether you are new or whether you're old. We appreciate everybody for listening in here tonight. Bottom of the 4th coming up, 1-0 Giants.
Hey guys, Steve come back at you again. Steve Rademacher, that is. And during this intermission, let's open up a package of Garbage Pail Kids Series 4 Chrome, shall we? See what we get, then we'll come right back to the game with Freddie. Oh, very nice. I got a Ruptured Rupert. Very nice. We have a Jules Brooks to go right along with everyone's favorite Death Jeff. Sorry about the glare, but that's what Chrome do. We did get a Mosquito. You know, that's Wisconsin State bird right there. And the cracked ice is a Pinned Penny. Gotta love Garbage Pail Kids. Gotta love Freddie. Gotta love baseball. See you next time.
Welcome back, everybody. The trade deadline is going to be coming upon us tomorrow, and there's been lots of movement around Major League Baseball today, as there has been a couple of trades. The Giants earlier pulled one off with the Seattle Mariners, as they were able to acquire a couple players, and the first pitch fastball delivered to Blake Sabol is taken for a ball inside, and the count is 1-0. Sabol tonight, 1-for-1. He's got a single in his only trip, as there's a changeup that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. A.J. Pollock is one of the players who actually never really performed that well for the Mariners. Was not one of the better offseason acquisitions for the club in the Pacific Northwest, as there's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 3-0. As well as utility player Mark Mathis and cash considerations from the Mariners. Seattle is going to get the popular player to be named later in return. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and on 4 pitches, Sabol is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 4th inning. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey. So some of the moves after the acquisition is the Giants have optioned Mathis to AAA. They placed Mike Yastrzemski on the 10-day injured list, and they've transferred John Brebbia from the 10-day to the 60-day injured list in corresponding moves. Here comes the pitch, and it is a breaking ball that misses down and into Bailey, and the count's 1-0. Bailey tonight, 1-for-1. He singled his first time up. Batting here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Nelson, and now time has been called As the catcher is making his way out to the mound, Herrera to have a talk with Nelson. 5 pitches and all 5 balls in a row here to start the 4th inning. So he's lost a little bit of feel and command of his pitches thus far. Just to finish it off, Mathis was acquired off of waivers earlier this month by the Mariners, from the Pittsburgh Pirate organization. And so he departs the Mariners without even playing for the big league roster. So that gives them some depth down in the minor leagues. So here we go back to the live action. It's 1 ball and no strikes, and the pitch is a fastball that just misses up and away to Bailey. It's now 2-0, so 6 pitches and 6 balls in a row here to start the inning. As Ryan Nelson has lost his touch. Here comes the 2-0 offering as the right-hander holds set and now delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded fair down the right field line. This ball is going to be into the corner off the wall. Digging around second and heading for third is Sable. Sliding into second safely is Bailey. The ball gets away from the shortstop Perdomo, but backing up on the play was the third baseman Rivera. So that's going to be a double here for Patrick Bailey. The first strike that was thrown in the inning was pounced on by the left-handed hitting Bailey down the right field line, and now they've got runners at second and third. The Giants have something brewing. We're going to get a look at the replay of that one again. I don't know if Christian Walker at first thought that ball was fair, just based on his reaction, but we get a look at that one. It certainly was over the bag, almost hit the umpire the way it hooked over top of first base. McCarthy had picked it up, and sliding in second safely was Bailey. So now they've got a threat going here with runners at second and third, and the first pitch to Brandon Crawford is swung on. It's a deep fly ball hit to left field. This should get a run in. Making the catch is Carroll. He fires it back in, and scoring from third with the second run of the ball game is Sable. So a sacrifice fly for Crawford. He gets himself an RBI. That's going to bring home Sable for the second run of the ball game. Patrick Bailey holds at second, and it's now a 2-0 scoreline here for the Giants in the 4th inning. Well, that's going to bring up the late-hitting second baseman, Isan Diaz. For Diaz here tonight, he walked his first time up. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Nelson, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is popped up into shallow left center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Thomas. He's underneath it, and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Diaz for out number 2. So 2 away here with Bailey at second base, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Luis Matos. You got to tip your hat to Patrick Bailey. All he has done is come in and hit since he has been promoted to the big leagues. Something that Joey Bart wasn't able to do on a consistent basis for the G-Men. He's taken over the position, and he is running with it. There's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Matos. Matos bounced into the fielder's choice to end the second inning. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Nelson. Here's the 0-1. As Nelson fires, it is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes even at 1-1. 54 pitches so far for the Diamondback right-hander, as he's facing Matos for the second time tonight. Here's the 1-1. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As we mentioned in the last half inning, there's only been 1 out tonight so far recorded defensively by the Diamondbacks that's been on the ground. That was the fielder's choice by Matos. Everything else has been fly balls off of Nelson. There's a breaking ball that just misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-1. Oh boy, I got to wonder if Torey Lovello is going to be around for this game, the rest of this game, the way that the balls and strikes have been called here. The Diamondbacks will probably have felt hard done by in this one. Here's the 3-1 offering. There's a breaking ball in almost the same spot. It's called a strike, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Matos. When we see some suspect umpiring, all you have to do is turn on the Japanese League, although I have to say we've seen some pretty good games called by the home plate umpires in the NPB over the last week or so. There's a fastball swung on it. It's checked back to the pitcher. Nelson fields it. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Matos. So the only ground balls in this game have been off the bat of Matos. This one here is back to the pitcher for the third out of the inning. Well, they got a run in the inning. They also had one hit. There were no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. We are now through 4 complete in San Francisco. Your score is the Giants 2 and the Diamondbacks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat for the Diamondbacks here in the top of the 5th inning. That means Lourdes Gurriel, Jake McCarthy, and Emmanuel Rivera to face the reliever Alex Wood, who is coming to the ballgame for Jacob Junis. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Gurriel. Gurriel had a single his first time up. It's been the only hit for the Diamondbacks. So no balls and 1 strike here to Gurriel. Gurriel takes his timeout, and we're ready to go back again. He wasn't happy with the batter's box, was the right-handed hitting Cuban. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Wood does work very quickly when he gets into the windup. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. Runs the count to 1-2. And just as violently as he goes into the windup, he also very quietly ends up sometimes throwing a change piece. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to first, fielded neatly by the first baseman, Wade Jr. He flips it to the pitcher covering, and that is going to go in the books as a ground out, 3-1. So 1 up and 1 away here in the 5th inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Jake McCarthy. Well, for McCarthy, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up, but that was against the starter, Jacob Junis. It's the first time he's going to be facing Alex Wood in this one. So McCarthy digs himself in, ready to go. As the umpire gets himself some new baseballs, McCarthy steps back out. We're waiting here a little bit. Now we've got a time again. And Patrick Bailey has come out. And Alex Wood not happy with the baseball again. Looks like there's been some problems as he's got a bit of an issue with his communication piece. He's calling the pitches to Wood. So they may have to go back to the old-fashioned way, dropping the fingers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This looks like an instant replay of the last at-bat. But this one's grounded over to Wade Jr. He fields it himself and steps on the bag. And that's going to retire McCarthy on a ground out to 3. So all of that for really nothing. They just had to get their communication down right, and that was pretty quick out. So Gurriel gone on the ground out to first, and then McCarthy to follow suit. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Emmanuel Rivera. And the first pitch to Rivera is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the Diamondback third baseman. Wood, as we said, working quickly. kicks and delivers. There's a fastball at 92 that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Wood ready to go back to work. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball at 92, swung on and missed. Count now goes to 2-1 on Rivera. Looks like that there has been an announcement as the Diamondbacks have made another trade. They have acquired Jace Peterson from the Oakland Athletics. There's a fastball swung on and fouled straight back. Count is now 2-2 to Rivera. We'll wait for the updates as soon as that comes in, but you heard it here first. Jace Peterson is now going to be a Diamondback. Here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that misses low, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Rivera. By the sound of it, it's for minor leaguer Chad Patrick. More to come on that one. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is popped foul down the first base line. But that is going to blow into the seats, and it's going to keep the count at 3-2 here to Rivera. Jace Peterson, where our time watching the A's, he's more of a utility type infielder. I'll have to get more specs on him a little bit later. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses inside. It's dropped by Bailey. That's going to be ball 4 to Rivera, as he is going to get himself a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Alek Thomas. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the airwaves yet again tomorrow for the same matchup between these two ball clubs, as well as Wednesday. Same time, same place, so hopefully you can make it in and join us for all the action. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Thomas. Thomas grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. It's been a busy night for Lamont Wade Jr. He's been involved in a number of putouts, both as the fielder and as the one receiving the ball. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-1. I have to say that Patrick Bailey here has struggled receiving from the left-hander. Alec Wood really is able to throw. That last pitch there, it looked like he dropped down and threw almost a sidearm pitch. A little bit different look. There's a fastball that just misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. I've not been a big fan of the way the catchers have been receiving the ball in the last couple of years. I thought the catching position for a long time had really developed. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and tapped foul, especially the way they received the balls. But since the catchers have dropped to the one knee and the way they've been jerking the ball up and down, I think they've taken some steps back in presenting the baseball to the umpires, and those are the ones who are making the calls. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Wood delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes full to Thomas. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on to back-to-back hitters. As Alex Wood here is trying to finish off the Diamondbacks center fielder. Once he goes to the plate, Rivera will be taking off. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Thomas had asked for time and had stepped out of the box. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called third strike. Oh, Thomas stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 3. And that is going to do it here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, but there was a runner left aboard. We're now through 4.5. Your score is the Giants 2 and the Diamondbacks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the inning. We appreciate you guys for being here. We got the gotcha maker and the football lover in the house. He says, Steve, I'm a sub for you. Well, we appreciate that, and I'm sure Steve does as well. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
As there are some finals across Major League Baseball today. It is not a full slate of games, but we do have some moves that have taken place and some scores that have also been finalized. The Philadelphia Phillies walked into Miami and beat the Marlins today 4-2. As the first pitch is a fastball delivered to Lamont Wade Jr. that's taken for a ball outside, and the count is 1-0. So Lamont Wade Jr. here 0 for 2 today. He's flown to right and flown to left his 2 trips up. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Wade Jr. It was Taijuan Walker who got the win for the Phillies. Tanner Scott took the fish. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Drifting back just in front of the warning track is Thomas. He's got room and makes the catch. So there is 1 up and 1 away here in the 5th inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Michael Conforto. Craig Kimbrell picked up his 18th save of the season, and that one for the Phillies. Tampa Bay Rays walked into New York and beat the Yankees today 5-1. Glasnow got the win. He goes to 5-3. Brito took the loss for the Yanks. He's 4-5. Nelson ready to go to work again as he kicks and delivers. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Conforto. Michael Conforto tonight 0 for 2 as he has flown out to left and popped to short in his 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. Count now goes to 0-2. Washington Nationals knocked off the Milwaukee Brewers 5-3 this evening. Weems got the win. He's 2-0 for the Nats. It was Peguero taking the loss for the Brew Crew. He drops to 2-4. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit as Conforto is aboard with a 1-out single. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Wilmer Flores. Other 2 finals from around the MLB today. The Orioles beat the Blue Jays 4-2. And also the Angels knocked off the Braves 4-1. We'll give you a full rundown after this one is finished. So if you're still here, we'll let you know all the happenings around the MLB today. So the runner at first is Conforto, and Wilmer Flores steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He homered his his last time up, and he takes a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Flores, that was his 14th homer of the year as he smoked the ball into the tunnel down in left center field. So there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-1 on Flores. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend says, thankfully, there's a commentary on YouTube that gives us free content for sports, which is this channel. Well, we appreciate you for being here. I got you, Maker, and hopefully you can come on and see us when we do the Japanese stuff on the weekends, because that is what we love to do. There's a breaking ball that misses to Flores, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is tap foul over on the third base side. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. We love being able to do it. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and stick around and come on back for more action when we do, as we are going to be on quite a bit. But more importantly, when we get to Japan in a couple of weeks, you can follow us along on our travels. There is a breaking ball that is check swing fouled away over on the first base side. The count is 2-2 to Flores. We'll be posting some more stuff and live videos each day, taking on a tour with us around the NPB. We will be in the land of the rising sun for almost 3 weeks. So hopefully you guys can join us for some of our adventures. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I should say baseball adventures. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Perdomo goes to second for 1. Back to first, and it's an inning-ending double play, as it's going to go in the books as a 6-4-3 variety. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left the board. We're now through 5 complete innings. Your score is the San Francisco Giants 2 and the Arizona Diamondbacks nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with all the action in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 6th inning, and that means it's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat for the Diamondbacks. It's going to be Jose Herrera, Geraldo Perdomo, and Ketel Marte, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. They will still be facing the lefty Alec Wood, who delivers a first pitch breaking ball that just misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Wood came in the 4th inning in relief of Jacob Junis, who went the first 3. He had taken a ball off just below the knee in the 2nd inning, as that fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. As the lefty Wood delivers a fastball, it's taken for a called strike. That stiffened Herrera up. Count is now 2-1. Our friend, the Gotcha Maker, says, "My friend would love to see this channel. It'd be awesome. Hopefully we can drop by. We usually have a pretty good late night stream. The crowd in here tonight, a little bit quiet, as there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 3-1 on Herrera. That's okay. This is not our normal call because this is our first major league game of the season. We did about 50 some odd last year, but not a lot this year because of our own time constraints. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 3-2. But here we are in July, and being able to do a little bit of this, it's been lots of fun. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Herrera. Perdomo and Marte to follow here in the 6th inning. 32 pitches so far for the lefty Wood, who's come on in relief. And his 2+ innings of work. Here's the 3-2. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line. And the count remains at 3-2. This is the 3rd hitter in a row that Wood has gone to 3-2 with. As his pitch count is slowly starting to ratchet up a bit. Here's the pitch. There's a slow breaking ball. This is way outside. That's going to be ball 4. Herrera is going to be aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Geraldo Perdomo. Lots of signs up all over the place for Gabe Kapler, as it appears to be his birthday today. So people are acknowledging that for the skipper of the Giants. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled away down the right field line, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Perdomo. Perdomo 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to 2nd and grounded to 3rd, but that was facing the starter, Jacob Junis. It's the first time he's facing Wood here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Geraldo Perdomo. Perdomo, that seems to be that they've settled in on him as the everyday shortstop. Last year they had Alcantara, who was also playing the position. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2. But Perdomo getting a chance to be a regular here. The Dominican switch hitting shortstop has pretty much claimed that position now. Doesn't have a lot of power in the stick, but he does project in the future. This is his third year in the lineup. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Perdomo goes down on strikes. He's out for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Ketel Marte. Well, for Marte tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second, and he's popped the short in his 2 trips to the plate. He's got 17 homers and 55 runs driven in. There's a changeup swung on it. It's grounded softly over to third. Flores throws it to second for 1. Back to first, and it's not going to be in time. That's going to be a fielder's choice. That is going to erase Herrera at second, 5-4. He's going to be out for the second out of the inning. Reaching safely at first is Marte, and that's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Corbin Carroll. Nice play there by Wilmer Flores to make the decision to go to second base, understanding that the runner, Herrera, the not-so-fleet-footed catcher, was making his way down to second. There's a first-pitch fastball delivered to Carroll. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Carroll looking for his first hit tonight. He's seen his average drop to 280 on the year. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and it squirts away from Bailey. That's going to advance Marte over into scoring position at second base. That'll be a wild pitch. Charged to the pitcher, Alex Wood. As I said earlier, it's been a bit of a challenge for Bailey. He's had his struggles here with Alex Wood on the mound. Just the way that he's had to receive some of the balls. And that one there in itself, not just receiving, but having to block that one as it squirted away. Here's the offering to Carroll. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away over on the third base side, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Corbin Carroll. Our friend Zay in the house tonight. We appreciate you for being here with us. Thank you for popping in. It is one of our earlier starts. As we said, we're going to be back on the airwaves again tomorrow and on Wednesday with these same 2 teams. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball's golfed into shallow right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Marte. He's going to score the first run of the game for the Diamondbacks on the base hit single here by Corbin Carroll. And that wild pitch is going to come up huge now as that pitch didn't get away from the pitcher Wood. It might only be a first and third situation, but an RBI single here for Carroll has cut the lead in half to 2-1. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Christian Walker. It's also going to bring Patrick Bailey out to have a discussion with his lefty Wood on the hill. So certainly that pitch that was down in the dirt by Alex Wood has cut that lead. That could be a difference maker in this one. I know in the late night, we often get people who like to come in and gamble on the games. They like to talk about the over-unders. They like to talk about a lot of different things. And certainly in this one here, that particular play could be a difference maker if somebody's going to win a ball game or lose a ball game based on the spreads. So Christian Walker is coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in this one tonight. He's grounded to short and grounded to second. But before that happens, we have going to have a pitching change as it looks like Gabe Kapler is on his way to the mound. They do have a right-hander coming in. We're going to take a timeout here. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in. Hang tight, everybody. Pitching change happening in San Francisco.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to go check him out after the ball game. We do have a pitching change, as it is going to be a right-hander entering into the ball game. And that looks like it's going to be Luke Jackson, as he is going to be taking over here for the Giants on the hill here. So Luke Jackson on in relief. We'll get you his specs here in just a moment, as he is a longtime veteran, had broke into the big leagues way back in 2015, as he is going to be on here to face Christian Walker. So the first offering here to Walker is ready to come on the way as Jackson holds set and now delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses inside. Bailey throws down to second, and Carroll is going to get a stolen base. That's going to be his 33rd of the year, as he is going to be able to swipe second here. They're going to take a look, or they may want to take a look, as Isan Diaz was able to apply the tag. As far as I'm concerned, it's not worth looking at unless he slid off the base, which he didn't. Diaz kept the tag on him, but that is going to be a stolen base in the book here for Corbin Carroll. And the count here is 1 no strikes to Walker. Jackson ready to deliver again. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. Most people would probably remember Luke Jackson with his time in Atlanta. He did break into the big leagues with the Texas Rangers. His best year was in 2019, where he was 9-2. He appeared in 70 ball games that year, followed up with 71 in 2021, but missed all of last season. There's a slow breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-0 on Walker. So 3 balls and no strikes. Our friend the Gotcha Maker says he wasn't active for a few minutes, ran off because the fire alarm went off falsely. That's always a pain. There's no doubt about that. Here comes the offering. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. So Jackson walks Walker on 4 consecutive pitches. That's going to put runners at first and second, and now it's going to bring up the designated hitter, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. As we said, there were some moves that were made today. Another move that was made, it was the Diamondbacks also acquired Paul Sewald from the Seattle Mariners in a separate trade. So that is another move that had been made. We'll get all the information on that. There were minor league players that were involved. Luke Jackson does the old spaghetti move, and that forces the runner, Corbin Carroll, back to second. As we said about Jace Peterson, it was pitcher Chad Patrick and Cash, or Jace Peterson and Cash for minor league pitcher Chad Patrick. Very interesting that will be the case. Probably going to be the replacement for Josh Rojas, who was working as a bit of a utility player this year. Here comes the offering now to the right-handed hitting Gurriel, and it's a breaking ball that he swings and misses at. And the count is 0-1. With Emmanuel Rivera primarily the starter at the hot corner at third base. The recent injury to Evan Longoria, that obviously puts him in a position where he can be more of a corner utility type player. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded past the diving third baseman Flores into left field. That's going to get a run in. Rounding second and headed to third is the runner Walker, and sliding in safely at second is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. But his base hit double here is going to tie the ball game at 2 as Carroll comes home to score the tying run. And oh boy, it goes all the way back to that wild pitch to Ketel Marte. And now look at what's happened here. It's got all kinds of stuff going on. Christian Walker, the runner now at third, and the runner at second, Gurriel, with that RBI double to even the score at 2 apiece. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Jake McCarthy. So here's the first pitch to McCarthy. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to Lamont Wade Jr. at first. He fields it. He steps on the bag, and that is going to retire McCarthy for the 3rd out of the inning. But not till the damage has been done as the Diamondbacks score 2 in their half of the 6th inning. They got 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Diamondbacks 2 and the Giants 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. Appreciate you guys for being with us.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Giants, and that means it's going to be Jock Peterson, Blake Sabol, and Patrick Bailey. And the first pitch delivered to Peterson is swung on. It is popped up over on the right side of the infield, and struggling with it was Christian Walker as both he and Ketel Marte almost collided. But that is going to retire Peterson on a pop out to first for out number 1. Marte started to give up on it, and the next thing you know, it started to make a run here for Peterson, and that was eventually going to be hauled in by Walker for the first out. Brings up Blake Sabol. Sabol tonight has been on base twice. He has singled, he's walked, he's also scored a run. First pitch is a fastball taken below the knees for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. 72 pitches here for the right-hander Nelson so far as he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled off into the feet of the catcher Herrera, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, we do appreciate everybody who has popped into our stream tonight. As the right-hander Nelson kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Sabol. We will be back on the airwaves again for these same 2 ball clubs tomorrow night, as well as on Wednesday evening, the whole series between the Giants and the D-backs. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul down the left field line, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Sabol. Haven't seen a lot of these action of either of these 2 clubs this year, but the Diamondbacks are playing good baseball as they are in 3rd place in the National League West. The Giants maybe playing better than advertised. There's a changeup swung on. It's grounded softly to second, fielded by Marte. He throws to first, and Sabol is going to be retired for the first time tonight on a ground out 4-3 for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey. Well, for Bailey, he is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and a double in his 2 trips. But neither time he's been able to come around to score. He's raised his average up on the season to 262. Right-hander Nelson pitches. It is a fastball at 92 that misses outside for ball 1. That is a little faster than we've seen Nelson deliver here. He's been living in the upper 80s. Here's the pitch. It is a changeup taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Bailey. I think if you're facing a pitcher like Nelson, you almost want to sit changeup. He's thrown so many in this ball game tonight. Here's the offering. It is another changeup that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Patrick Bailey. Should Bailey reach base, it'll be Brandon Crawford to follow here in the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving over toward the foul line is Corbin Carroll. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it, as Bailey is gone for out number 3, and Nelson is cruising along here as he is unconventionally retired 9 in a row. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete innings. Your score is the Diamondbacks 2 and the Giants 2. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the 7th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in. Our friend the Gotcha Maker says, fun fact, instead of buying baseball cards, my dad stole it when he was a kid. There you go. You got to find a way to get him somehow. We'll be right back in just a few.
Hey guys, Steve come back at you again. Steve Rademacher, that is. And during this intermission, let's open up a package of Garbage Pail Kids Series 4 Chrome, shall we? See what we get, then we'll come right back to the game with Freddie. Oh, very nice. I got a Ruptured Rupert. Very nice. We have a Jules Brooks to go right along with everyone's favorite Death Jeff. Sorry about the glare, but that's what Chrome do. We did get a Mosquito. You know, that's Wisconsin State bird right there. And the cracked ice is a Pinned Penny. Gotta love Garbage Pail Kids. Gotta love Freddie. Gotta love baseball. See you next time.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a 2-2 ball game as we move to the top of the 7th inning. Just catching up on one of the other trades. The Diamondbacks have acquired reliever Paul Sewald from the Mariners today in exchange for infielder Josh Rojas, rookie outfielder Dominic Canzone, and an infield prospect in Ryan Bliss. So 3-for-1 in that deal. Sewald was considered to be one of the top bullpen arms available as he has been acquired. So it'll be interesting to see how that's going to work. Luke Jackson back on for another inning of work, and he delivers a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Emmanuel Rivera. 7, 8, and 9 hitters batting here for the Diamondbacks, Rivera, Thomas, and Herrera, to face Jackson here in the 7th inning. As the righty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that is swung on, and it's knife foul into the netting down the right field line, and the count is now 0-2. The ball dude is giving chase for the Giants, as he has to go and retrieve that one there. It looks like the fella's pants are a little extra long. Not sure how old the fella is down the left field line. He hasn't had to make any plays yet. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-2. Not sure he's got the most comfortable seat over there, but I would say he is probably comfortably in his 80s. No doubt about it. And it looks like the glove is just as old. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly over to second, fielded by Diaz. He throws to first. That's going to retire Rivera. It's going to go down in the books as a ground out, 4-3. So 1 away, and that will bring up the center fielder, Alec Thomas. Our friend Zay said, I used to do the same with Pokemon cards when he was a kid. Certainly the Pokemon card stuff has had its fair run in the trading card market. Here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Thomas. Thomas has grounded to first and struck out, looking his 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander Jackson works and delivers, it's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to the center fielder Thomas. Jackson working into the windup. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball down. They say that Thomas was blocked by Bailey as the ball squirted away. He's going to have to field it and make the throw to first. And that is going to retire Alec Thomas. It goes in the books as a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. He's going to be retired for out number 2, and that'll leave it up to the catcher, Jose Herrera. I'll say this, it's been a well-played game here tonight in terms of the pace, as we are 90 minutes, just over 90 minutes deep, and we're into the 7th inning. There's a first pitch fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. A lot of people were upset with the pitch clock, as they would detract from the game and whatever. They've got to get their kinks out of it a little bit, but it's certainly picked up the pace of play in Major League Baseball. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Herrera. I think the pitch count is one thing, but also the number of times that you can throw over to first base is also another interesting point. There's a breaking ball that is swung on. It is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base dugout. Certainly, once a pitcher has thrown the ball over to first a couple of times, that allows that runner to get a much better jump, bigger lead, and has led to more stolen bases. They say the bigger bases help as well. Well, possibly. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. Count is 2-2. I would like to have seen some of those moves made independently. Maybe first of all, the bigger bases, and then secondly, the how many times you could throw over to first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count now goes full to Herrera. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck will be the top of the order in Geraldo Perdomo. Jackson ready to go again. He rocks into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Herrera is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the 7th. Well, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Your score is the San Francisco Giants 2 and the Arizona Diamondbacks 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the bottom of the 7th when we return after this. We're going to take ourselves a little time out and grab ourselves a nice cold drink of water. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We gave you the final scores a little bit earlier. We're going to give you some of the games that are currently going on in action, although there have been a couple of more finals across the board. The Cincinnati Reds knocked off the Chicago Cubs 6-5 tonight. Buck Farmer got the win in relief. He goes to 3-4. Marcus Stroman takes the loss for the Cubs. He drops to 10-8. It was Diaz getting his 32nd save of the year for the Reds. The Houston Astros beat the Guardians tonight 7-3. France got the win. Eli Morgan took the loss for the Guardians. It was Presley getting his 25th save of the season. The other games that are currently still going on around Major League Baseball, the Red Sox and the Mariners are locked up at 1. That's in the top of the 7th inning. And in the top of the 3rd inning, the Padres and the Rockies locked up at 0. That game was supposed to go off earlier, but there was some weather in the Colorado, in the Denver area, that pushed the start time back on that one, but they are now underway. Here at the bottom of the 7th, it is a 2-2 ball game. The Diamondbacks and the Giants are all locked up. 2-3-0 for the D-backs so far in this one. 2-5-0 for the Giants. And that is where we stand right now. Ryan Nelson The pitcher for the Diamondbacks has gone the distance. The Giants have used 3 arms in this one. There's been Jacob Junis, Alec Wood, and now Luke Jackson, who is on in relief. So here we go as we're about to begin inning number 7, or the bottom half of the 7th inning. As it is going to be Brandon Crawford, Isan Diaz, and Luis Matos to come to bat to face Nelson. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. Interestingly enough, that Brandon Crawford is now 5th on the all-time list for San Francisco Giants, or I should say period Giant history, in runs batted in. The sacrifice fly that he had back in the 4th inning has now passed Matt Williams. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into deep right field. Oh, McCarthy started in, and then he has to make a couple steps back to make the grab. And that's going to retire Crawford for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up Isan Diaz. Just to finish off there with Crawford, so there's a lot of notable names on that list. Obviously, Willie McCovey and also Willie Mays, not to mention Barry Bonds, that are ahead of him. So he is in some pretty good company. There is a first pitch breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Diaz. Diaz batting from the left side. He's still looking for his first hit of the season, 0 for 9 and a walk now for the light-hitting second baseman as he takes a fastball inside for a ball, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Zay says he misses the clip of Matt singing "That's Life After His Team Gets Crushed." We haven't run that one for a couple, and I'll tell you why, as that fastball is fouled away. Count is 1-2 to Diaz. We were hit with a strike on Twitch. We also stream our games on Twitch. And I guess the music that was used in there was not up to Twitch standards, but it is up to YouTube standards. So we've paused that one for a little bit. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. And they were basically, it gave us the warning where it said you've used it too many games or too many streams in a row. So we've just given it a little bit of a pause. We'll come back to it. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's pretty much the only reason why we've kind of put a pause on that for a little bit. Most of the other stuff is all pretty much free use tunes, or at least the way that we've done it. We have the opportunity to be able to play what we can. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Isan Diaz. As the right-hander Nelson ready to go back to work. Gets the sign from Herrera, and now he's working into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball that's taken for a called 3rd strike. Oh, Diaz stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched that one go by for out number 2. That is going to retire the Giants second baseman for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Luis Matos. As I said, Dan Iasanya, who will have drawn the ire in the early part of the ball game from the Diamondbacks, has now given one back to the D-backs because that pitch looked like it was up and out of the zone. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike by Matos, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. A right-hander against the right-hander delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Hopefully tomorrow night, everyone can make it back in to join us again, and look to have a few more bodies in the seats for our stream. As there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-1 on Matos. Matos tonight bounced into a fielder's choice and grounded out to the pitcher in his 2 trips to the dish. As Nelson delivers, it's a fastball that I'm not sure where that pitch was. It looked like it was a knee-high fastball on the outside corner, but that's going to run the count to 3-1. Well, there is you can see it on Twitter where they call it the umpire's grade, and they say how many pitches the umpire misses over the course of the ball game. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count runs full to Matos. Well, I would say this. It would be a very interesting scoreline. I'm going to have to try to dig that up tomorrow to see if we can find out how many pitches that Dan Iasanya had missed here in tonight's ball game, because this is not one of his finer outings behind the plate. I'd like to also see how he does over the course of a year. Normally, Isanya, you don't see a whole lot of negative stuff about him per se. There was a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 3-2. But at the same time, some of the umpires do know when they're not very good. You don't have to always point that out. And then there are some umpires who never know if they're not very good. Of course, a couple of them have retired in the last little bit. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. That's going to be ball 4. Matos is going to be aboard with a 2-out walk. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Lamont Wade Jr. As Nelson here is working at 95 pitches. And it's also going to bring Torey Lavello out of the dugout. I think if I'm Lavello, he's already calling for the right-hander. That there should have been a couple of strikes to Matos. Ends up being a walk. Now you've got the inning that would have been over. Now you've got to go to the bullpen. It just changes the whole dynamic of the game. If you're the Diamondbacks, you're not feeling very good right now. We do have a pitching change, so hang tight, everybody. We're going to be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. The Diamondbacks are moving to their bullpen, and there's going to be a pitching change here, as that is going to be the end of the night for the starter. It is going to bring in a left-hander. It's going to be Kyle Nelson coming into the game. He's working in his 48th ball game. He's 5-2 on the year. He's got an ERA of 2.95. He's worked 39 2/3 innings. He has walked 9, but he has struck out 52 batters. So Nelson on in relief. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away to Lamont Wade Jr. for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. For Wade Jr., he is 0 for 3 tonight. He has flown out to each and every outfielder in the ball game here. The right fielder, left fielder, and center fielder have all caught fly balls off the bat of Lamont Wade Jr. There's a fastball that he checks his swing on and fouls that one away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-5-0 for the Giants, 2-3-0 the line score for the Diamondbacks. As the lefty delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly to second. Marte has to go to his right to field it. He dives, picks it up, and throws to first. And that is going to retire Lamont Wade Jr. on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Giants in their half of the 7th inning. No runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 7 complete in the Bay Area. It is the Diamondbacks 2, the Giants 2. Stick around. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 8th inning when we return after this. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is coming to bat for the Diamondbacks, or slated to come to bat for the Diamondbacks, is Geraldo Perdomo, Ketel Marte, and Corbin Carroll. So that will be the top of the batting order here for them in their half of the inning. It is going to be Tyler Rogers on in relief for the Giants. He's going to be taking over. He's going to be the 4th pitcher used by Gabe Kapler tonight. So Rogers on in relief of Luke Jackson. Right-hander here is working in his 49th game. He's got 4 wins and 4 losses. 53 2/3 innings. He's got an ERA of 2.52. He's walked 15 and struck out 43. The Submariner delivers a 82-mile-an-hour fastball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. There's a lot of funky deliveries here for the San Francisco Giants. They can give you a lot of different arm angles and a lot of different action. There's an 83-mile-an-hour fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. I say fastball because I haven't really seen much anything else from Tyler Rogers as of yet, and I don't know if that's his fastball or not, or if he gets any faster than this. So no balls and 2 strikes. He does have a twin brother on the roster here as another pitcher. Here's the offering. It is a breaking ball at 73 that is swung on and fouled away, and the count now is going to remain at 0-2. And to think about it, one of the slowest pitchers in all of baseball, they say the lowest exit velocity from the hitters have come off the bats of facing Tyler Rogers, of course, and then Phil Maton of the Astros and Nick Martinez of the Padres. They just are not able, or the hitters are just not able to get a good swing at any of those arms. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. As he delivers it, it's a fastball at 85 that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. I remember a number of years ago, I was sitting behind home plate to see the Royals and the Mariners, and it was Chris Young, the 6'10" right-hander, who was throwing for the Royals. And he was sitting at 85 miles an hour the whole game. There's a 83-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and grounded foul. Count is 1-2. And the thing that amazed me, at least through that ball game, was you don't have to throw 100 miles an hour to get big league hitters out. 85 miles an hour can do the job, and Chris Young was able to do it against the Mariners on that afternoon. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, giving chase on the warning track, and making the grab is Matos as he catches it over the shoulder. And that is going to retire Perdomo for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Ketel Marte. Our friend Zay says that the singing of Matt doing That's Life after the game was so good they had to put a strike to it. Yeah, pretty much so. That seems to be the case. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. I noticed when Steve Rademacher sings Happy Trails, they don't have the same piece for him. Happy Trails, they don't bang him for that, that's for sure. So no balls and 1 strike to Ketel Marte. Marte tonight is 0 for 3 as he takes a breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. He's grounded out, he's popped to short, then he bounced into a fielder's choice, but he came around to score the first run for the Diamondbacks back in the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and it's tapped foul over on the first base dugout side. The count is going to remain at 0-2 to Marte. As we mentioned, we will be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. Same time, same place, same 2 ball clubs. So if you're around and got nothing else to do, come and join us. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count now is 1-2 to Marte. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're on in the daytime, we run our slow motion swing series, goes off at 11 Pacific every day. There's a 74-mile-an-hour changeup swung on and missed. Marte almost screwed himself into the ground. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away here in the 8th for the Diamondbacks, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Corbin Carroll. Well, for Carroll, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and knocked home Marte Back in the 6th inning, he also stole a base and scored a run. He struck out and grounded out his other trips to the plate. And there's an 84-mile-an-hour fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Rogers gets his sign from Bailey, and now he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. It's a 83-mile-an-hour fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Corbin Carroll. That stolen base back in the 6th inning was the 33rd of the season for Carroll. He is got himself positioned to be a 30-30 man this year with the 21 homers. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to the speedy left fielder. Rogers gets his sign from Bailey. He's going back to work. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting left fielder. Rogers ready to go again. The crowd is urging him on. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul. That pitch was off the strike zone, too close, or off of the plate. Still too close to take for Corbin Carroll in his eyes. Keeps the count at 2-2. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Rogers now kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. 72 miles an hour. Carroll swings through the pitch. He's gone for out number 3. And that is going to do it here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the 8th inning. They had no runs. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is the Giants 2 and the Diamondbacks 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 8th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. There's another one of our little musical tunes.
Hello? Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in. Check them out. Leave a like, tell other people. But Freddie's coming back. I gotta go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. The slated hitters to come to bat for the Giants are going to be Michael Conforto, Wilmer Flores, and Jock Peterson. As it is going to be the left-hander Nelson, who looks like he's back on again for his first full inning of work. As the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, but it looks like we do have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Austin Slater, who's coming to bat here, batting .288 on the season. Right-handed hitting Slater in the game now for Michael Conforto. And there's a pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to short. Fielded on one hop by Perdomo. He throws to first, and Slater's going to be retired on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. So Austin Slater's first at bat. He is in the books for the first out. It is Camilo Doval who is up and throwing in the Giant bullpen, the Giant closer, as he is looking to seal the deal. Hopefully the Giants got a couple of chances to score runs. Wilmer Flores, 1 for 3 tonight. He homered back in the 3rd inning. He's also grounded into a double play and flown out to center. He takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I haven't really seen this pitcher, Nelson, before. He's a small little lefty, but he is working here. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. It's going to get down, and it's just foul. just hooks there almost into the corner. Corbin Carroll fields it and he flips it over to the ball dude. The ball dude, it's going to be his first action of the night down the left field line that we can remember. He's going to give a ball to a youngster over there on the left field line. That's going to run the count now to 0-2 to Wilmer Flores. Flores had hit his 14th homer of the year. They have the third baseman, Rivera, almost on the left field line or the third base line, as he is deep at third, almost onto the outfield grass. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Flores waiting here on the offering from Nelson, who gets his sign from Herrera. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it, is tapped softly over to short. Perdomo's going to have to hurry. They throw to first, and they're going to get Flores by a half a step. Ground out 6-3 as Perdomo has made both of the plays here in the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that is going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Jock Peterson. But we'll hold the horses here, pump the tires to see if it is going to be Peterson to hit. And it looks like it will be, as he is going to come in and face the lefty Nelson. Well, for Peterson tonight, he has popped to second, he's flown to left, and he's popped to first. 3 of the outs have come in the air, and the first pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Peterson has that slightly open stance. He began his career with the Dodgers organization, and he's bounced around a little bit since then. As he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. He has spent time with the Braves, with the Cubs. He now finds himself in a Giant uniform. Left-handed hitting Peterson, waiting on the lefty Nelson, who delivers a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. After this one's over, we'll give you the full recap and roundup from around Major League Baseball. It's not a full slate of games tonight, but there are games all over the place. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2 to Peterson. Peterson stiffened up. I'm not sure he believed that that was the call. Based on what we've witnessed tonight, we kind of have to agree with him. So here's the 2-2. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called third strike. Oh, Peterson, he's going to let the home plate umpire, Isanya, know what he thought of that call. We've been barking about it all night. That pitch is not good enough to be called strike 3 at the big league level. And that will do it here in the 8th inning for the San Francisco Giants. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 8 complete. Your score is the Diamondbacks 2, the Giants 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few moments after this, with your scoreline all locked up at 2s.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 2-2. We're going to the 9th inning, and we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. We do have another pitching change on the way. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Camilo Duvall, who is the closer for the San Francisco Giants entering the ball game. He is 3-3 on the year. It's his 49th appearance. He has worked 48 innings. He has allowed 32 hits. He's walked 19 and struck out 64. He's got 31 saves and leads the National League in that department. He is coming in here and taking over is the 25-year-old. Our friend Shotgun Shell says strike 3. Yeah, and you know what? I got to tell you, that pitch, it was a strike 3 call. The problem is a couple of the pitches before weren't, and that makes it really tough. You're having to guess a little bit. There's a first fastball that catches the inside corner to Walker, and to count is 0-1. Walker tonight 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice, and he has walked. As the pitch from Duvall comes in at 99 miles an hour, that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The thing that's filthy about Duvall, I've seen him pitch a couple of times in years past, is not only does he throw the ball as he approaches 100 miles an hour, he's got some depth to his pitches, a lot of arm side run. As Walker swings through that pitch, and the count now goes to 1-2. There are pitchers that throw 100 miles an hour, and then there are pitchers that throw 100 miles an hour with movement. And that is the classification you have to put on Duvall. Duvall here, he is able to throw. He's got a lot of life on the pitch. Some guys, I remember Bruce Rondon when he pitched for the Detroit Tigers, he threw at 100, but it was straight as an arrow, flat as a tabletop. And there is an 88-mile-an-hour changeup that just misses. And Duvall has to crack a grin. That's going to run the count to 2-2. Well, that pitch was called a ball, but if you go back a few innings ago, Isan Diaz would have been rung up on that. And if you look at the K zone, it would have touched the top of the K zone. There's a fastball that swung on and missed, and Walker goes down on strikes. He's going to be erased for out number 1 here in the 9th inning. But again, that is the frustration tonight of the home plate umpire, Dan Iasanya. And I'm not saying it's for one team, it's for both teams tonight. There is just the inconsistency. So 1 gone here in the 9th inning, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. For Gurriel, he is 1 for 3 tonight, as he doubled home a run back in the 6th inning. He's also, check that, he's 2 for 3 tonight. He's singled and doubled, and he's grounded out to the first baseman. As he swung through the first pitch, count is 0-1 to Gurriel. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball at 101 that misses outside, and the count goes even at 1. Gurriel sporting a rather interesting hairdo, as he has always got a little bit of life in his hair. It is, I think, a hot pink tonight. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, Dan Iasanya. Even missed that from Patrick Bailey. Bailey had to ask him twice, but they say that he didn't go. It's going to run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike to Gurriel. Action in the Diamondback bullpen. It is Miguel Castro up and throwing. There's a fastball that comes in on the hands of Gurriel. He swings and fouls that away. Count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another piece of that I was curious in both of these 2 teams. We did a series between both the Diamondbacks and the Giants last year, and I said coming into tonight, I'm curious to see how many viewers that we have on the game here tonight. If we had a little bit more than last year when we made the call of these same 2 teams, and it looks like we've had more people check in. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Gurriel goes in the books for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 out, both retired on strikes by Camilo Duvall, and that is going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Jake McCarthy. So just curious to see how many people would come in to let us call the game between these 2 ball clubs. As I said, I'm anticipating showtime on Thursday night. If that is the case, hopefully you can join us for that. First pitch, 100-mile-an-hour fastball that misses up to Jake McCarthy for ball 1. And, of course, that would be the Shohei Ohtani. And, of course, the Mariners are going to go on Thursday. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now is going to go to 2 balls and no strikes on McCarthy. I'm not 100% sure if they've announced that yet. They've not announced the pitchers for that series, but based on what we see, I would think that Ohtani could be moving on a Thursday start. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the third base side, and the count goes to 2-1 on McCarthy. Should McCarthy find a way on base, it'll be Emmanuel Rivera to follow him here in the inning. Giants trying to win it in the bottom of the ninth if Duvall can hold them off here. There's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Duvall kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 3-2. I have to tell you, his changeup and his breaking ball has been working effectively here tonight. Fun to watch Duvall. Jake McCarthy has asked for time as he steps out of the batter's box. Ready to go all over again here as McCarthy waiting here on the offering from Duvall. Duvall holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled right into the league leg of McCarthy. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes that will remain to the left-handed hitting right fielder. So here's the 3-2 pitch. The ball delivers. It is a fastball swung on and it's tapped foul over behind home plate. Count remains at 3-2, so 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. This is the 8th pitch of the at-bat to McCarthy. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Duvall comes in and strikes out the side here in the 9th inning. The Diamondbacks go in order 1-2-3. It is going to be Sable, Bailey, and Crawford to come to bat to try to win it for the Giants in their half of the 9th. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for the Diamondbacks in their half. Going to the bottom of the 9th. Your score all locked up at 2s. Giants and D-backs. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for all listening in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We are moving here to the bottom of the 9th inning. As we said, slated to come to bat, it'll be Blake Sable, Patrick Bailey, and Brandon Crawford. And it is going to be Miguel Castro coming on in relief. He's working his 48th game for the D-backs. He's 5-4. He's worked 4-2 1/3 innings. He's allowed 18 walks. He has struck out 34. He's got himself an ERA of 4.04. So Miguel Castro on in relief. He has had some time in some different organizations. I remember him with the Toronto Blue Jays, the lanky right-hander, kicks and delivers. There was a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. If I had to think of Castro, I'd almost have to think of him as a bit of a survivor. He's been around in the big leagues since 2015. There's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. I don't remember him throwing the off-speed stuff. He's been thrust into a closer's role this year at times. He's got himself 7 saves on the season. There's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball with some sink that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. He began his career with the Blue Jays back in 2015. Then he went to Colorado. He was with Baltimore. And he spent time with the Mets, and now he finds himself with the Arizona Diamondbacks. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1. Giants looking for a base runner. Trying to get things going here. Be curious to see how the Giants can play with their fundamentals. If they get somebody on, are they going to be bunting, move runners along? Here's the 3-1 pitch. And there's a fastball swung on at 97. It has popped up in the infield. Camping out underneath it is the shortstop Perdomo. He's been busy tonight. He makes the catch, and that's going to retire Sable for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey. Well, for Bailey tonight, he is 2 for 3. He's got a single and double in the 3 trips. He's also flown out to the left fielder. He's raised his season average up to 260. Right-hander against the left-handed hitting Bailey. As Castro delivers the first pitch fastball, swung on and is grounded softly to second. Fielded by Marte. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Bailey. That's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. That's going to leave it all up to Brandon Crawford. Trying to do some damage here. So we got 2 gone in the 9th. Crawford striding to the plate. He is, in this ball game tonight, he's 0 for 2, but he has driven in one of the runs with a sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning. Crawford batting .210 on the year. And the first pitch from Castro on the way. It is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. One thing I have to say I like about Castro is just the amount of movement he's got on his pitches. On top of it, he can still dial the fastball up. He's got an excellent pitch mix here. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball at 92, swung on and missed. Count is now 0-2, absolute nasty. So no balls and 2 strikes to Crawford as Crawford has taken his offensive timeout as he steps out of the box to collect himself. They are playing Crawford to the pull side as Perdomo's almost right over the bag at short. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball at 97 that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Crawford waits here on the offering from Castro. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Crawford for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to retire the Giants here in their half of the 9th. Well, we're going to have ourselves some extra innings. We've got no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're moving to the 10th. Your score is the Diamondbacks 2, the Giants 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments after this. Appreciate you guys for all jumping in here with us tonight. Here is our friend Steve once again.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve. And it is going to be a relief pitcher that is going to be coming into the ball game for the Giants as Camilo Doval, his night is done, striking out the side in the half of the inning. So it is going to be coming into the ball game. It looks like it is Scott Alexander, who is going to be making his 36th appearance of the year. He's got a 6-1 record. He's got a 3.23 ERA. He's worked 30 2/3 innings. He has walked 6 and struck out 17. So he is on in relief. Unlike the Japanese league, it is going to be here in this situation. They've got the runners that are on. Who do we have here? It's Jake McCarthy, who is going to be running over at second base, the ghost runner. Japanese League, there's no ghost runners. They just play till the 12th inning. The games can end in a tie, so they've got the runner at second to lead it off. Manuel Rivera steps in. Rivera tonight is officially 0 for 2. He struck out, grounded out, and he has walked. Giants looking for their 8th win in extra innings. The Diamondbacks are 1-3 on the year. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on, popped up down the left field line. Giving chase is Austin Slater, but he's going to watch it drift into the seats. That's going to run the count quickly, 0-1 on Rivera. I never understand why the teams do this. You got the runner at second base, and in some ways, if you bunt him over to third, you've got so many different ways to be able to score the runner. A wild pitch, a pass ball, a balk, and then, of course, you've got the sacrifice fly can always drive the runner in. But in this situation here, we've got the runner at second base being Jake McCarthy, as he's got his lead here. They're right over top of the bag is Isan Diaz. They're trying to keep him close. He's jockeying with the lefty. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Matos has fielded it, rounding third and heading home is McCarthy. The throw to the plate is not in time, and that is going to give the Diamondbacks a 3-2 lead on the single here by Rivera. An RBI single scoring Jake McCarthy, the ghost runner, and that's going to give them the go-ahead run here as they're up 3-2 in the top of the 10th inning. So an RBI single by Rivera, that will bring up the center fielder, Alec Thomas. So the second pitch delivered by Scott Thomas lined into right center field. And the Diamondbacks now have the lead. Here comes the offering to the left-handed hitting Thomas, and it's a fastball tap foul over on the first base side. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Front shotgun shell says snake bitten, or a snake bite in this case. Absolutely. The Diamondbacks, who were cruising to who were trailing 2-0, were able to get that all back in the 6th inning, and now it looks like they're going to try to come from behind and get a victory here in the 10th. You're a Giant fan, you're going to lament this one. They may have let this one get away. So no balls and 2 strikes to Thomas as the lefty Alexander delivers. There is a breaking ball that misses outside. They appeal over to the third base umpire and up with the right hand, and down goes the batter, Thomas. I don't know how Isanya did not miss that one. That one there was pretty obvious. He didn't give the call. The pitch was way outside, but Thomas for sure waved at it. They needed the help from the third base umpire, and that is allowing him to make that call. That's going to retire Thomas for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up, or slated to bring up, the catcher, Jake Herrera. It looks like we may have ourselves a pinch hitter here. That's exactly what we have. The Diamondbacks are going to the bench. It is going to be Castillo coming in to hit. This is Diego Castillo, batting .206 on the year, 11 homers, but that's all been with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Diego Castillo coming in to hit. And the first offering from the lefty Alexander is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So one would have to think it's probably going to be Carson Kelly on in the catching role in the next inning, as Jose Herrera's night is done. And Alexander throws over to first, and getting back easily is the base runner Rivera. So Diego Castillo. Batting here. There is a right-hander up for the Diamondbacks in their bullpen. We'll have to get a check to see who that is. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and lifted into deep right field. Moving over underneath it is Slater. He makes the catch, and that's going to retire Castillo. He gave it a ride, just not far enough. He's going to be out for out number 2, and that's going to leave it all up to Geraldo Perdomo. Well, for Perdomo tonight, he is 0 for 4. He has grounded out twice. He's flown to center and struck out in his 4 trips to the plate. Batting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Alexander, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to short. Fielded by Crawford, who flips to second. And that is going to do it. That's going to go down as a fielder's choice. It erases Rivera 6-4 as he has gone for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the inning. Well, they got a run in the inning on the benefit of one hit. There were no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 10th inning. It is the Arizona Diamondbacks leading the San Francisco Giants 3-2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments as we have all the action for you when we return.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. Welcome back, everybody. The Diamondbacks are going to the bullpen, and Brandon Crawford is going to be running at second base as he is the ghost runner to start the inning. Kevin Ginkel on in relief. He's 4-0 on the year. He is making his 37th appearance. He's worked 40 and a third innings. He has given up 28 hits. He has walked 11 and struck out 37. He's got an ERA of 2.23. It is going to be Isan Diaz who is going to come to bat here. To lead it off, it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Diaz, Matos, and Lamont Wade Jr. Diaz looking for his first hit of the season as he watches a breaking ball go by outside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Diaz, 0 for 2 and a walk tonight. He's 0 for 10 since being inserted to the lineup for the Giants. As Ginkel kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count goes 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Crawford establishing his lead over at second base. The shortstop Perdomo is between him and the bag. He is as far as you can go into a shift as you can. There's a fastball swung on. It is pop foul over on the third base side, and the count goes to 1-2 on Diaz. Isan Diaz, not known for his hitting ability, and that is following him suit here in San Francisco. He has struggled at the plate, that is for sure. Here comes the offering from Ginkel, who kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball that just misses down. There we go. Dan Isanya back at it again. That last pitch looked like it was pretty darn good, and this becomes the confusion for both of the teams. We got to look at that one again. And that caught the outside corner. A very similar pitch that had rung up Jock Peterson only a couple innings ago for the Giants. But yet Diaz gets the benefit of the doubt there. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's top fair down the first base line. Fielded by Walker. He's going to step on the base. It is going to advance the runner Crawford over to third. So that is going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Luis Matos. But that changes the whole dynamic right there of the game. Instead of having 1 out and a runner at second, you've got 1 out and a runner on third. Now the tying run is 90 feet away from home plate. Here's the offering from Ginkel. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Matos. Matos is 0 for 2 tonight. He has bounced into a fielder's choice. He has grounded back to the pitcher, and he has walked. The infield is in here as they've got to try to cut the runner off at the plate. Pitches a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes on Matos. In some ways here, it's almost, you'd have to think, beneficial to maybe almost pitch around the hitter here to put runners at the corners. And then maybe take your chances with a double play ball. There's a breaking ball, waved at and missed. The count is now 2-1 to Matos. Again, the thought process would have to be entertained as to why you might do that. Although I don't know if I would do it with Matos. He's got 3 stolen bases on the year, and he does run fairly well. But certainly in other parts of the order, you'd have to consider that. There's another breaking ball that is swung through and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The player has used his offensive timeout, as has Matos here. So we're ready to get back to the action here, as it is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting center fielder. Ginkel ready to go to work. Here comes the pitch. He kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball that's down, and it gets away, and that's going to get a run in, and the Giants have tied the ball game here in the bottom of the 10th inning. It is now 3-3 on the wild pitch by Ginkel. So that's one way to get the run in, and it's now run the count to 3-2 on Matos. As we talked about in the last half inning, multiple ways you can score the runners from third base. You just got to get them over there, and that's exactly what happened. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4, and Matos is aboard with a 1-out walk. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Lamont Wade Jr. Well, for Wade Jr., he's 0 for 4 in this one. He has flown out twice. He's lined out, and he has grounded out. 3 of the balls in flight have been to the outfielders to each one. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1 to Lamont Wade Jr. And there is an area of concern. Somebody in the stands has been struck. A lot of people in the crowd are looking. There has been a woman, it looks like she's been hit. I hope she's okay. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. A lot of people don't realize how fast balls are and how fast they come off the bats of the hitters. You certainly don't want to do anything like that. Hopefully that person is okay. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. This ball could be trouble, but it's going to be caught at the warning track. A nice job running catch by Alec Thomas, and retreating all the way back to first is the runner Matos. Oh, Lamont Wade Jr., he hit that ball to the deepest part of the ballpark. Nice running catch there by Alec Thomas, as he's going to be retired for the second out of the inning. It looked like the crowd was all rising to their feet. Looked like that ball was going to get out of here, and then it looked like the wind just knocked it right down. Nice catch there by Thomas on the warning track. That's how the game began. Back in the first inning, Thomas made a beautiful catch off the bat of Wilmer Flores for the third out of the first inning, and this time he makes another beautiful catch on the run right in front of the Visa sign in almost the deepest part of the ballpark. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Austin Slater. Well, for Slater, he came on to pinch hit for Michael Conforto back in the 8th inning. He is 0 for 1 tonight. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Slater. Right-hander against the right-hander. As Ginkel delivers, it's a fastball at 95. It catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The outfield is deep for the Diamondbacks, as the runner at first is Matos, and there's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Ginkel. who kicks and he fires. It's a fastball at 96 that misses outside, and the count goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned before, we'll be back on the airwaves with these same 2 teams again tomorrow. So hopefully you can make it in. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now runs to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hopefully you guys will be able to join us. Don't forget to bookmark the channel, and we'll be back on the airwaves again each night of this series. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to put runners at first and second, and now it's going to bring up Wilmer Flores with 2 out. Flores tonight has been half of the offense for the Giants as he hit a home run back in the 3rd inning. He doesn't need a home run now, but a base hit here has got a chance to be able to score Matos from second. We are going to have just a moment here as they're going to come out and discuss with Joe Ginkel what is going on. They've got the pitching coach out. That's Brent Strom, the former Houston Astro pitching coach. As Flores returns to the on-deck circle to get himself prepared. So Flores 1 for 4 in this one. He's grounded into a double play, grounded to short, and flown out to center. Along with that solo shot that he has had. It's been an entertaining affair here tonight between these 2 ball clubs. And we're ready to go back to work as Ginkel kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled off into the legs of Flores, and the count is quickly 0-1. Flores looked like he wanted to end the game with 1 swing of the bat. He screwed himself right into the ground on that one. Fouled it right off of the shin guard on his left leg. He went down in a heap. The shin guard gives you some protection. It doesn't take away all the blow, though. Here comes the pitch. And Ginkel does the spaghetti move, and retreating back to second base is the base runner, Matos. Flores has 8 career walk-off hits. He hasn't had one since last season. There he takes a fastball for a called strike. Count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Flores. Ginkel is way up here. As the right-hander works to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down. Nice stop there by the catcher. It looks like it's Carson Kelly who's come in for Herrera as we anticipated. He's come in here on the back half of the ball game as Herrera's night is over, as he was pinch hit for in the last half inning. So the right-hander Ginkel works to the set. He checks the runner Matos at second. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the right field line. It's going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wilmer Flores. So the right-hander Ginkel getting his sign again from Kelly. He works into the set position. Checks the runner at second and now delivers. There's a fastball swung on and another one fouled away. Oh, Flores has had some good cuts here at Ginkel, just hasn't been able to straighten them out. That's going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'd be concerned here for the Diamondback right-handed hurler. I think I would probably want to take something off of this next pitch because Flores is on to something here. Shakes off his catcher and now he works to the set position. He kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Flores is down on strikes, and that's going to do it here for the Giants in their half of the inning. Well, they get one back to tie it up at 3, but we're going to the 11th inning. There was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of no hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We're now moving to the 11th inning. Your score is the Diamondbacks 3 and the Giants 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Hang tight. More action after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We are now moving to the top of the 11th inning. The Diamondbacks and the Giants are all locked up at 3. Each of the teams traded runs in their half of the 10th inning, and it'll be coming up for the Diamondbacks. It'll be Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, and Christian Walker. It'll be Geraldo Perdomo who is going to start. We have Taylor Rogers coming in, the other half of the Rogers brothers. He is working his 42nd game. He's 5-3 on the year. He's worked 36 and a third innings. He has walked 17, struck out 44. He's got an ERA of 2.72. So he is the left-handed throwing Rogers brother. And it is Perdomo who is making his way out as the ghost runner over to second base. So Perdomo on at second. Marte, Carroll, and Walker to come to bat here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the inning. For Marte, he is officially 0 for 4 tonight. He has bounced into a fielder's choice and scored a run. He has struck out, he's popped to short and grounded to second. It looks like that Casey Schmidt has come into the ball game as he is going to be coming in to play third base in replacement of Wilmer Flores. So a defensive substitution will confirm, but I'm pretty sure he'll go into Flores' spot in the batting order. I don't see a double switch here. So Ketel Marte stepping to the plate, and as he's ready to face the other half of the Rogers twins, as the left-handed Rogers checks the runner at second and now kicks and delivers, there's a fastball at 94. Taken for a ball inside. The count is 1-0. Unlike his right-handed throwing brother, the lefty Rogers can really dial it up. The other Rogers is a bit of a pitcher who is a bit of a magician as he throws a lot of off-speed stuff, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Submariner with all kinds of different slop and trick balls being flipped up to the plate. Rogers has some heat. Here's the 1-1. There's a fastball at 93 that backs Marte off the plate, and the count now goes to 2-1. Marte has one of the 3 runs scored tonight for the Diamondbacks. As we said, he had bounced into a fielder's choice back in the 6th inning to reach base. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul over on the third base side. The count is now 2-2 on Ketel Marte. Diamondbacks have only won 1 game in 4 extra inning tries. As we said, the Giants are 7-2 this year. They're looking to try to capture their 8th victory in the extra frames. The lefty Rogers checks the runner over at second, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul over on the first base side of home plate. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll be back for more tomorrow night between these 2 ball clubs. As we said, it'll be the same time and the same place. Do that on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, it'll be the Mariners and the Angels. As there's a breaking ball that is swung on. This is lifted foul down the left field line. That is going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not too many players remaining on the bench for either of these ball clubs. Davis and Luciano for San Fran, Ahmed and Larson for the D-backs. We expect that there's going to be some movement after the ball game tonight. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now is 3-2. Expect a couple of more trades between now and the deadline tomorrow. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Marte. Nobody gone here. The runner at second, Perdomo. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. This ball is going to get down. It's going to be over the wall. It's going to be a ground rule double. And Perdomo is going to come all the way around from second to score. It's going to be an RBI double here for Marte. And the Diamondbacks have taken the lead yet again here in the 11th inning on the opposite field double by off the batter Marte. He drove that ball into right center field. Got down onto the track and hopped the fence. And possibly if that ball would have stayed in the park, there would have a chance that maybe Marte could have got all the way around to third. Well, that brings up Corbin Carroll to the plate. And Carroll squares the bunt, but he takes a breaking ball outside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Carroll tonight is 1 for 4. He scored the second run of the game for the Diamondbacks. He's also driven in a run and stolen a base. He struck out twice and grounded out. Here's the pitch. He squares again, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike. He doesn't like the call from Dan Iasanya. And, of course, Iasanya, who we've said has been inconsistent tonight, the one thing he has been consistent in is being inconsistent. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Again, Carroll squares the bunt, and he takes a fastball off the outside corner. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Our friend Shotgun Shell says they were trading places for sure. Here's the pitch. And it's a breaking ball. It's down. It's a good one. Rogers fields it. He throws to first, and that's going to advance Marte over to third. Good piece of bunting there by Corbin Carroll. That's a sacrifice. It's going to go in the books as 1-3 on the putout. He's gone for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Christian Walker. Well, for Walker, he's 0 for 3 in this one. He has grounded to short. He's grounded to second. He has struck out and walked, and now they're just going to hold the 4 fingers up. They don't want anything to do with Walker. He's going to get himself an intentional free pass. So that's going to put runners on the corners with 1 gone, and it's going to bring up Lourdes Gurriel Jr. So for Lourdes Gurriel Jr., he is 2 for 4 in this one. He's got a single, a double. He's grounded out and struck out. He's also knocked in a run. So he bats here with runners on the corners. And 1 gone in the 11th. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and lifted foul behind home plate. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Gurriel. Interesting movement as we are watching this game here. The Diamondbacks have announced another move. There's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. Diamondbacks reliever Jose Ruiz has been who was outrighted over the weekend, has been acquired from the White Sox in a trade. So it looks like he is probably nobody has claimed him. They're going to be sending him to AAA. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is line foul down the left field line. That's going to run the count to 1-2. He apparently, when he was outrighted over the weekend, I think it's 48 hours that a team can either make a waiver claim on him, or he could accept an assignment, or he could become a free agent. 3 different options that are taking place. So it looks like he's going to be making his way down to AAA Reno, with a possible chance to get back to a big league roster before the season is done. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to short to Crawford. He goes to second for 1, back to first for a double play. And that is going to do it. It's going to be of the 6-4-3 variety. And that will do it here for the Diamondbacks in their half of the inning. But they do get a run in the inning as they've taken the lead. There was 1 run on the benefit of 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 11th inning. Your score is the Arizona Diamondbacks 4, the San Francisco Giants 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Scott McGuff coming into the ball game. He's making his 48th appearance. He's got 1 win and 6 losses on the year. He's pitched in 51 1/3 innings. He's posted an ERA of 4.38. For those of you who are new to us, we do the Japanese games late night, and Scott McGuff had spent the last few seasons over in Japan with Tokyo's Yakult Swallows. He won an NPB championship in 2021. They lost in the finals last year to the Oryx Buffaloes. He was able to parlay that into a return to the big leagues. He'd spent early part of his career with the Miami organization, and the first pitch at 93 is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Jock Peterson. Peterson tonight 0 for 4. He struck out his last time up looking. He has popped the first, he's popped the second, and he's flown to left. The runner at second base right now is Casey Schmidt, who came on as the defensive replacement for Wilmer Flores in the last half inning. As that fastball misses inside, and the count now is 1-1 to Peterson. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Peterson in his career has had 1 career walk-off home runs. That was against the Reds a couple seasons ago. And there's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. After this one is over, we will give you a full recap of everything going on in Major League Baseball. Only one other game that is underway, that's Colorado with that late start against San Diego. We'll give you that update as well. So stick around for the recap after this one. Here's the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball. It's taken for a called third strike. Oh, Peterson's going to walk away in disgust, but that one for sure was definitely a strike, unlike the one before in the inning back in inning number 8. But that's the second time tonight he's gone down on strikes. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Blake Sable. Well, for Sable tonight, he is 1 for 3. He has a single in 3 trips. He's also walked and scored a run. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Sable batting .253 on the season. He does have 11 homers to go with 35 RBIs. One of the few players that wears glasses to actually play. I remember for a long time, Eric Sogard used to sport the glasses. As here's the pitch, and there is a fastball that misses down, and the count now is 2-1. That's more of a sport glasses, but they are prescription. So 2 balls and no strikes. Fred Shotgun Shell says by the side of the road, absolutely. Did Peterson go down looking at it? There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Sable bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing McGuff. A base hit here will tie the ball game. There's a changeup that is swung on and missed. The count now goes to 2-2. Patrick Bailey waiting his turn on deck as the Giants are finding themselves in some difficulty here. The runner at second, Schmidt, 1 gone here in the 11th. Now Sable has taken his time out here at the plate to allow him to get out and to adjust himself and fix himself, and we're ready to get back at it. This game here had tremendous pace to it. The first 8 innings was like an hour and 3/4. Of course, now we're into the part of the ball game where, and there's a fastball that gets through the legs of Carson Kelly all the way to the backstop. And that's going to advance Schmidt over to third base on the wild pitch. A lot of wild pitches in this game tonight. I don't know if that's a product of the catchers working off the one knee, or is it certainly in this situation, Kelly working off the one knee, even with the runner at second base that went right through the wickets all the way to the backstop. And that's going to run the count to 3-2. And now the Giants are going to, or the Diamondbacks are going to have to bring the infield in. And that's what they're doing here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Sable. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Sable goes down on strikes for out number 2. So 2 gone here in the 11th inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Patrick Bailey. Well, Patrick Bailey's had his difficulties tonight with the pitchers. They've had an array of arms been used tonight by the Giants. Bailey has had his issues. There's been some wild pitches, certainly the one by Alex Wood. Also some balls that were just flat out dropped. There's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball taken down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So the Giants are down to their last out here, trying to find a way. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, back it on up, boys. Or maybe pack it on up. There's a fastball taken for a call and strike, and the count now goes even at 1-1. That last pitch by McGuff was at 94 miles an hour. 94 with some movement. Not the movement that Camilo Duvall offers, but still movement on the pitch here by the Diamondback righty. Here's the 1-1. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. And now the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Shotgun Shell says back it up in the infield, and that is correct. Everybody is back. They can take their time now. Now the Giants are down to their final strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Bailey. McGuff holds set. He delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is line foul into the netting down by the ball dude. That is going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The ball dude is passing it off to the youngster who's come down to get it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander works to the set. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to second. Marte fields it. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. The Diamondbacks are going to win the ball game here. So in the inning, there was no runs, there were no hits, no errors, and there was nobody left, or 1 runner left aboard, the ghost runner. And your final score from San Francisco, it's the Diamondbacks 4, the Giants 3. Stick around, everybody. We're going to give you the out-of-town scoreboard and wrap this baby up for you. When we come back here in just a couple moments, we appreciate you guys for being here with us.
Great game you called, Freddie. This is Steve Rodemacher, and you guys, now that the game's over, should come over to my channel to see some awesome stuff like the buttons behind me, or the unopened Magic cards behind me, or things like a Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card. Why not? An Earl Weaver rookie card, Hall of Fame manager. We have a rookie card, Tony La Russa for the Kansas City Athletics. And next we have Ted Simmons, Hall of Fame catcher for the Cardinals and Brewers, who later went on to the Braves. We have autographs of Marianne from Gilligan's Island, Dawn Wells. And you know it, it's Danny Trejo, Machete, with a machete. Hey guys, thank you again, Freddie. Awesome game. Same channel tomorrow, everybody. Last Raps Baseball, and hopefully same time.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We're going to wrap it up with this one here. We'll give you the rundown, and then we'll look at the out-of-town scoreboard. So first of all, in this one here, the Arizona Diamondbacks had to battle from behind to come back in this one. It was the scoring was open in the 3rd inning with 2 outs in the 3rd. Wilmer Flores smoked his 14th homer of the year to put the Giants up 1-0 in the 3rd. The Giants added their lead in the 4th inning after Blake Sabol led off the inning with a walk. Patrick Bailey hit a double to put runners at 2nd and 3rd. Up stepped Brandon Crawford, who had a sac fly to left field that cashed in Sabol, and the score was 2-0. Skipping along to the 6th inning, that's where the Diamondbacks got their runs. A leadoff walk by Jose Herrera. And then with 1 out, up stepped Ketel Marte, and he bounced into a fielder's choice. So he was at first with 2 gone. A wild pitch got him over to second, and Corbin Carroll stepped up and had a RBI single to bring him in, and that cut the scoreline to 2-1. After Christian Walker walked, Lourdes Gurriel stepped up and smoked a double, and that ended up bringing home Corbin Carroll to run the scoreline to 2-2. Well, that was where it stayed until the 10th inning, and then the Diamondbacks, with the ghost runner at second base Jake McCarthy to begin the inning, up stepped Emmanuel Rivera, and he singled him home, and that put the Diamondbacks up 3-2. But the Giants kept clawing back, with Brandon Crawford as the ghost runner at second. With 1 out, Luis Matos walked, and then it was a Lamont Wade Jr. fly ball to center field that ended up bringing home that next run of Brandon Crawford, and that cut the scoreline, or brought the scoreline to 3-3. Well, in the top of the 11th inning, the ghost runner Perdomo at second base up stepped Ketel Marte, and he had a double on a one-hop over the fence in right center field. That brought home Perdomo, and that was the 4th and final run of the ball game. So again, your final score was the Diamondbacks knocking off the Giants 4-3. Again, we appreciate Zay and Shotgun Shell, Steve, and everybody else who jumped into our stream tonight for listening in. Anybody that I missed, I apologize. We're going to give you a quick run at the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll wrap it up here on this one. The Tampa Bay Rays knocked off the New York Yankees 5-1 tonight. 5-8-0 for the Rays, 1-3-0 for the Yankees. Glasnow got his 5th win of the year against 3 losses. Brito took the loss. He's 4-5. Home runs in the ball game. Wander Franco hit his 13th. Brandon Lowe hit his 14th. Isak Paredes hit number 21. Josh Lowe hit number 14. For the Yankees, Jake Bauers hit number 9. The Baltimore Orioles went into Toronto and knocked off the Blue Jays 4-2 tonight. Cal Gibson gets his 10th win of the year against 6 losses. Chris Bassett falls to 10-6 for the Blue Jays, and Bautista gets his 29th save for the Orioles. Gunnar Henderson hit his 17th homer for the Birds of Baltimore, and the Birds of Toronto had Whit Merrifield hit his 9th of the year, 4-2 your final in that one. The Houston Astros knocked off the Cleveland Guardians 7-3 tonight, 7-7-0 for Houston, 3-9-0 for the Guardians. France gets the win. He goes to 7-3 for the Astros. Eli Morgan takes the loss. He's 4-2. Presley gets his 25th save. Jordan Alvarez gets his 19th homer of the year. In Seattle, the Mariners knocked off the Red Sox tonight 6-2. It was 6-8-2 for Seattle, 2-9-1 for the Red Sox. Matt Brash gets his 6th win of the year against 3 losses. Victoria's Nick Pivetta takes the loss. He drops to 7-6. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh, hit 2 home runs for the Mariners today. That gives him 16 on the season. The only interleague game was the Angels and Atlanta. It was Silseth getting the win for the Angels as they knock off the Braves 4-1. He goes to 3-1. Charlie Morton takes the loss. He's 10-9. Reynaldo Lopez gets his 5th save of the year. Home runs in that one. Luis Rengifo hit his 10th. Randall Grichuk in his debut for the Angels gets his 1st. And Wallach gets his 7th. Matt Olson hit number 36 for Atlanta. National League scores. As this one was now a final. Scores from around the NL. Philadelphia Phillies knocked off Miami 4-2. 4-6-0 for the Phillies. 2-7-1 for the Marlins. Taijuan Walker gets his 12th win for Philadelphia against 4 losses. Scott takes the loss for Miami. He's 4-4. Craig Kimbrell, the 18th save. Jorge Soler gets his 25th homer of the year for the Marlins. The Milwaukee Brewers fell to the Washington Nationals 5-3 today. Weems got his 2nd win of the year against no defeats. Pagero takes the loss for the Brew Crew. He drops to 2-4. Finnegan gets save number 15 for the Nets. Weimer hit his 13th homer for Milwaukee. Joey Meneses got his 8th for Washington. Cincinnati walked into Wrigley Field and knocked off the Cubs. It was a final of 6-5. Buck Farmer gets the win for the Reds. Marcus Stroman takes the loss for the Cubs. Diaz gets his 32nd save of the year for the Reds. And it was Dansby Swanson who hit home run number 13. Only game still going on across the major leagues. The Colorado Rockies are holding on to a 3-2 lead against the Padres. That's in the top of the 8th. 3-5-0 for Colorado, 2-7-2 for the Padres. Ryan McMahon has hit home run number 17 in that one. Once again, your final score in 11 innings, the San Francisco Giants fall to the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-3. 4-5-0 for the Snakes, 3-5-0 for the G-Men. Kevin Ginkel gets his 5th win of the year. Taylor Rogers takes the loss. He's 5-4. Scott McGuff gets his 9th save. And Wilmer Flores, he has hit home run number 14 of the year for the Giants. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you all for being here. Shotgun Shell Zay, as we said, Steve Rademacher, everybody else who popped in here tonight, including the gotcha maker and football lover. We appreciate you for being here as well. Ron Duffney and anybody else who popped in to listen tonight. We thank you for the best. Don't forget Titus as well. He checked this out as well. Once again, everybody, have yourself a great night, and we will talk to you guys a little bit later.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.